Greetings and welcome back to another weekly news roundup. Sorry there, I was a minute late. It was like there were issues going on with the kitty. He's like in the chair and then he wants to get out of the chair, and then I thought I went live and I didn't go live. I'm like, good thing I double checked that before we started. Otherwise, we could have been halfway through the news. I'd be like, I'm not live yet? What do you mean about that? Because, the latest and greatest YouTube studio makes it harder and harder to spot or not. I don't know. Exciting. But how's everybody doing today? Let's go ahead and get out our announcement over here on Discord. Going live. Boom. All right. So how is everybody doing today? Where's my comments? I'm just getting the last couple things set up here. Whoa. Move that down. And that's what happens when we're late, man. I'm telling you, it's crazy stuff going on. Well, our Halloween was delayed until tomorrow, but it wasn't because of the coup. But the police are still investigating. We have two now headline articles this week. Police are investigating the hardened criminals who engaged at a football party at a Penn State off-campus housing. Those vile criminals having a party, not allowed. Guys, I think we have officially crossed into 1984. Let's see. Hello, Miriora over on Discord. If you are not on Discord and you would like to be, I will go ahead and drop the link in there. tlm.li/STLD. So we have Discord running on over there. Not Gary. Greetings, Facebook One Shop of Surveillance. That's right, Midnight Owl. Hello, Midnight Owl. I haven't seen you for a while. How's it going, man? Present Arms. Greetings, Anthony McDonald. Hello. Made it early tonight. Yeah, I was a few minutes late. Sorry about that. Hello, Quint. Greetings, Moonbase Alpha Grays. Take me to your leader. Get me off this rock. Please get me off this rock. I would be so happy to get off this rock. Linux Math Guy, greetings, Joseph. How's it going there? Laptop got no updates on Farron OS after nearly a week. That worries me. Other than that, everything's normal. Nah, it's based on Ubuntu. That's normal. Really normal. I need my tea. I think I have lemon. I have a lemon tea today. I only have one caffeinated tea left in my caffeinated tea box. I think I bought another pack though. I'm pretty sure I did. A couple herbals. K is on. Today, the furry BSD telegram got spammed with, ooh, that kind of stuff. Uh-oh. Tell me the truth. Did you like it or not? Breeze Alpha Black Plasma style looks way better than Breeze with transparency, despite having to change the accent color manually. All right. Let's see. Those party criminals will be subjected to the sessions of electroconvulsive therapy for correct think. That's right. They're going to be sent to room 101. Now, a friend of mine actually owns one of the apartment buildings in there that people rent out. And all of the landlords in the building got the nasty grams that they're supposed to forward on to their individual tenants. And one of the things is that literally, if you live in that building, Penn State is telling the government that everyone in there has to get tested. So if I'm like this silent recluse that definitely wasn't at a party, and I'm like, I don't really care, I'm following every regulation, Penn State's still coming down saying, I want everyone in that building tested. I'm sorry, but Penn State is more corrupt than the most corrupt politician you can think of. Penn State University, oh man, it is corrupt. I'll tell you, it is a crazy place. Good thing I'm not really affiliated with it anymore. Dark Crystal's Fizzjig outfit no longer fits. Uh-oh. Ubuntu 1804 base, that sounds reasonable. Yeah, I guess if you're used to Arch updates, like you get something updated, and then an hour and a half later, there you go. Let's see. Whoa. Did Quint get, memory hold? Because I saw a Quint chat there, and then it disappeared. Did you retract it, I guess? I don't know. Anyway, Sleepy heard someone jailbroke an Oculus. There's no need for a Facebook account. Ooh, that'd be fun. Updates every week on Fedora. I'd be very worried if I didn't get it updated every day. Yeah. Nearly didn't notice the clock. All right. It wasn't your personal taste, but it was good anyway. Eek. 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 Okay, 510 RC 1 kernel rock solid on Arch. Ooh, cool. Yeah, I'm on an LTS kernel on my Arch. Penn State more corrupt than Sleepy Joe? Yes. So one of the guys that's running on a ticket I'm not going to be voting for, we'll put it that way. He is one of the, I don't know if he's a council chair or he's the councilman on one of the nearing the Ferguson Township. And one of the things he runs on in his statement is like, we are voting for no new taxes. That's right, no new taxes. But what they did is they put in a fee. It's not a tax, it's a fee. And they did that fee so that everybody has to pay it. Literally, it's costing the car dealerships downtown $50,000 this year. No taxes, it's just a fee. It's like Obamacare, no new taxes, it's just a fee. It's a penalty. It's not a tax, it's a penalty. You just happen to pay it to the IRS at tax time, you know? And so they pushed this out. Penn State got wind of this and they said, no, we are going to be exempt. So they did it that way so that churches and nonprofits are not exempt. So that they wanted to get all this. Where did it come from? Because they mismanaged, I think, $5 or $10 million under this guy's care. So they sent out the message like, it's not a tax, it's a fee, so that everybody has to pay it, everybody except Penn State, because they used their power to say, no, we're not paying it. Oh, okay, you can be exempt. But the churches, the nonprofit organizations, that means the local charities, the people who are handing out food to the poor, these people are all going to be hit with these massive fees, not taxes, fees. But that's what the guy is running for. He's running on, I went successfully, had no new taxes. Yeah, you just charge fees to everybody. That's how corrupt they are. And then, of course, them and they're using their power to say, no, we're not doing it. So, yeah, this place is getting weird. Anyway, let's get to the news. That's local news. It really is local news, honestly. But let's get into the tech news, because I think that's why most of us are here. Let's see. Some of you just for my charming personality, but I don't imagine many of you are in for that. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started here. We got privacy, and we got this as our affiliate. We'll cue that up. Hello, Anna Rita. See, Anna Rita's here. We can get started now. All right. Welcome back to the weekly news roundup. This is the privacy edition and the tech, smart tech edition. I forgot what I put in there second. So these are recorded live Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern at Standard Time if you want to catch the show live. And let's get on into the privacy news. We're going to start by looking at link preview. So you send a link to somebody, you get this nice little preview. I mean, over here we got Discord open up, and if I send you a link, it goes in and it fetches information, it shows the information and all this kind of stuff, and even displays it and kind of downloads it onto your particular app. Like, what if somebody sent some malicious stuff? It actually is going to be downloading malicious stuff to your app. How exciting. So these guys here at, is it Misc Cam? I don't know. Whatever this group happens to be. What they wanted to do is they looked at the privacy and security risks and implications of link previews. And they looked at a variety of different apps. They did a lot of different individual videos, and they found that some of these things leaked IP addresses, exposing links sent to end-to-end encrypted chats. So in other words, we are end-to-end encrypted, but if you have a link, it exposes the chat and the metadata of the chat via the sharing link feature. And so they looked at all of these different things. They looked at iOS and Android. So link previews. So, here's one. So here's an example of a link preview in Signal. So in Signal, it shows you this information. Now, Signal is one that has a setting. You can turn it on or off. If you are using Signal for privacy and security, turn that off. So that if somebody sends you a link, it's exactly the link. You don't get, the preview doesn't download. So there are their recommendations. Number one is the best thing is for a chat application to not display a link preview. So don't generate it at all. Let the link be the link. And that way, if the person clicks on it, hey, any negative consequences are because of what they did. So The ones that do not do this, WeChat, TikTok, Threema, and Signal if the link preview option is turned off. The second is the sender generates the preview. So in this approach, when you send the link, the app will go and download what's in the link. It'll create a summary preview, an image of the website, and then it will send that as an attachment along with the link. So it's not actually actively downloading the stuff on the receiver's phone. It's downloading the stuff on the sender's phone. And then it's basically sending. That's how iMessage, Signal with it turned on, Viber, and WhatsApp functions. Approach 2 is the receiver generates the preview. So somebody sends you a link, and on your device, you don't have to interact with it. It just goes to the link, it goes out, it downloads information to your device. And they're like, yeah, don't do that, because it does all sorts of goofy privacy type stuff. Our testing did find 2 apps that follow the approach, and they redacted them apparently. What if these are like... let's see. Oh man, it's all totally redacted. I was wondering if I could get in there and unredact anything, but apparently not. Approach 3, server generates the preview. So I'm not sure what these 2 are that are blacked out. It makes me wonder, is there some Gestapo tactics going? They gave us, so these are the ones that actually did the server. So the server goes ahead, does things, and feeds it out. Line, LinkedIn, Slack, Twitter, Zoom. The NSA apparently, Instagram, Google Hangouts, Facebook Messenger, and Discord. And then they actually gave us a nice table down here at the bottom. And these links, all my links are, of course, in the post. Oh, look at this. What is this? A FOIA request? We got a FOIA request. They blocked out an entire thing there. I'm telling you, it's the NSA. It's the NSA. But anyway, this guy down here is a nice table which summarized everything. Oh, they're not giving it a bigger... I thought they gave me a bigger link to this table. But the table goes through Discord, Facebook Messenger, Google Hangouts, all these ones down here to the bottom, even down to the retracted, which looks like it's everything no across the board. No, maybe not. But anyway, you can see which one is running, which one could potentially run malicious code. Facebook Messenger, Instagram, and LinkedIn could all potentially run malicious code. They looked at leaking encrypted links. They looked at IP exposure, which line was that, but that was since fixed. And then you can kind of see whatever else is on there, and then boring information, including R2, that must be the NSA and the FBI, because, yeah, they're all redacted. So anyway, that was an interesting take, an interesting article looking at link previews and what the various apps do. And of course, the message is turn them off if you have the capability of turning them off. So the iPhone 12 launches, and NHS this is over there in the UK, they are all concerned because when the iPhone 12 launches and they take all their data over, it didn't bring the settings of all of the creepy contact tracing apps. So they wanted to say, hey, make sure you turn all this stuff back on so we can perpetually track your location and log anything and everything you do with Bluetooth location tracking and all these other features. You know, all the things they promised us would never be happening, and it's come out that they're absolutely doing. Like, hey, if you want to participate in the standard contact tracing, go for it. But I'm just not about ready to have an app trace me all over the place, especially since you need to turn Bluetooth on and Bluetooth beacons for all sorts of crazy companies, people, crazy lunatics, and weekend hackers will be able to access everything on your device if you roam around with that enabled. So keep that in mind. So their recommendations is that when you get a new iPhone 12, users should select the notification listing, tap the exposure notification, turn on the allow notification options. Yes, you want to turn on all the notifications and all the Bluetooth and all the everything so you can be perpetually tracked. So there you go. The iPhone 12 public service announcement, you can go ahead and turn all that on or leave it off if you prefer, whichever would apply to you. We talk a lot here about companies abusing their power. In fact, I am still in the middle of this embroiled work. I think last weekend on the news, I talked about Upwork, that crazy company that's supposed to be good for freelancers and stuff. And I'll tell you what, they are insane. Like, they're getting more insane as I'm trying to delete everything off. They're like, send us your ID by this such and such a date. I'm like, just delete the account. You're not getting my ID. We can't close your account because there's active stuff. I went through close everything out. You have an active balance. What balance? For what? So I'm like, yeah. So I just went ahead and uploaded my photo. So first I was going to take off my photo and just upload a black photo. I can't delete the photo. Okay, I can't just delete what's there. So I was going to upload a black photo. They wouldn't let a black photo upload. So I tried to upload like a gradient sphere. They're like, our facial recognition software determined that this is not an accurate photo. Thank you, creepy website. And so, I went on to onto an online site generator and I downloaded an image and I uploaded that image in place and all that kind of stuff. And one of the things that I found is that I got another email saying, hey, you need to upload a new photo. There's something not right about this picture. I'm like, you know what? I don't care. It's a junk photo. Now I got to log back in, make sure they didn't revert back to like a real picture or something. But this is how creepy this company is. And all I've been telling them for a week is delete the account. I want nothing more to do with you. So I'm actually going to, if they don't get this thing resolved, probably by like Monday or Tuesday, I was going to reach out actually to the government and say, would you go figure out what the hell these guys are doing? The problem is that companies can abuse things, and sometimes it's higher up, sometimes it's middle-level managers. Of course, we know that hackers paid AT&T employees a lot of money to let them into the backdoor systems, and this is an example of this type of reason. The reason why I'm not willing to give my government ID to a nebulous multi-global website or global national website, which has persons of unknown nationality and origin accessing all this information, I'd rather take out a couple more Google ads and promote my web design business here instead. Okay? And this is exactly why. A surveillance company was found harassing female employees using its own facial recognition technology. So Jewel Labs, Equinox, Red Lobster are their clients. So they sell these security cameras with built-in facial ID. What they were doing is they were putting these in places to spy on and collect photos of the females on their team. And then they were taking these photos and uploading them onto dirty little servers. Which were they? Were they Slack? I forget. Slack channels, dirty little Slack channels, and making sexual jokes about them. Meanwhile, the company comes back and says, hey, we intentionally hired a team of male athletes to have the energy of male athletes. So you hire a team of guys with the energy of male athletes, and you wonder why they're abusing your software to stalk women with facial recognition. Thank you, genius. Maybe we just had some good. But this is the clear reason why I'm not willing to give that information to a company. Sorry. And I offered with Upchuck there, I offered to say, we're going to go down to the local bank, have them verify everything, and send a notarized document to you that they verified my ID. Nope, they wouldn't take it. They want nothing more than me uploading a copy of my ID to them. Nope, not happening. Now I'm just having a hard time getting rid of that account. Guys, stay away from Upwork. Just stay away from it. Stay away from it. It is a horrible place, and apparently it's full of a lot of scams, too. There's a lot of people making good, compelling arguments that they empower it. And on top of that, they're now taking like 20% of fees now. It's insane. But anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. That's what I've been dealing with this week. Anonymous VPN users could be identified in movie companies' lawsuits. Well, the article here is mislabeled. What they say anonymity has fallen. And no, that's not the case. What they're saying here is that this, the company came out and said, hey, we want to anonymize these different people. And so they got a judge has allowed them to issue subpoenas for data. Well, it turns out one of these companies has private internet access, who doesn't keep logs, who has been demonstrated over and over in court to not have logs. So Torrent Freak gets these. They're like, oh, yeah, here's the IP addresses. The IP addresses go back to private internet access. Private internet access is like, man, I don't know who they are. So let's see. So here, Fallen Productions attorney has requested subpoenas to gain more information about the defendants from ISPs, email providers, and private internet access. PIA, however, does not keep logs, something that's been repeatedly confirmed in courts. But attorney Carrie Culpepper, who is representing Fallen Productions, is still requesting a subpoena. It is irrelevant because it shows they tried to hide their activities. It shows conscientiousness of illegal activities, he told Torrent Freak. So in other words, not necessarily, just because you're hiding your IP address. Maybe I'm hiding my IP address from the crazy company of athletic sexual male fiends that's trying to track down my identity. I mean, there's legitimate reasons to not demonstrate my IP address. But regardless, private internet access, this is from PIA said, private internet access has not received a subpoena in regards to the case, the VPN provider said. Even if we do, our response is always the same. PIA does not log user VPN activity. Sorry. So no, the article's not completely right when it says that, when it says here that, anonymity has fallen, anonymous VPN users could be identified. No, they're just going to get back down there and say, we know who they are. Good luck figuring it out. Let me know if you find us, But guys, this is why when a lot of people were jumping ship from private internet access, this is actually why I kept them. Because I looked into all these types of things. And yes, a company that was not necessarily good 5 years ago under completely different leadership did some shady things, but the current leadership does not have any signs of that. No signs of that at all. And so I'm very happy to keep private internet access as an affiliate link. On top of that, they open source nearly everything that they're doing. And, and things like this are demonstrating that, yes, indeed, they're not keeping logs and they are protecting their users. And that's why I feel confident enough in supporting them. Walmart has a new store design. Now, this one could have been under business or under privacy. There is, somebody sent a Zero Hedge article where they took portions of this and a few other ones out and made the argument against the privacy factor. That's why I included it here. I'm just not willing to use Zero Hedge as a reference for my news because Tyler Durden writes all the articles. I'm sorry, no. If you can't stand behind your name and what you're publishing, I'm probably not going to take you particularly seriously. Particularly if your supposed alleged name and photograph comes from Fight Club. I'm sorry. Be serious. Give me real data. But utilizing that article, I was able to track down this, which was an interesting place here. So what they're talking about is redesigning many of their stores, basically syncing all of the messaging and marketing in the stores, making it as uncomfortable to browse in and making it so it's basically they want to go up and they want to make it so that you can get in and get out and even follow maps on your phone. So they really want to utilize the store location in conjunction with the app while they're tracing you all around the store. And that's really what their approach happens to be. And so they're kind of working on organizing their store a little bit differently and utilizing, so you can see these guys over here. You may not be able to see them next to the thing that says seafood. Well, what if you don't speak English and seafood, translate something else? Well, you have these pictures, and the pictures all throughout the store are going to line up with what is on your app. And so the idea is that they want you, whether you're at home shopping for what you need through the app or going into the store, everything is going to be based upon the app, including the maps when you get in are literally going to be pictures of the cell phone with the app. So they're kind of walking through all this. So here is kind of what it's going to look like. They're kind of almost making it look like an airport, aren't they? It's like all full of icons and nothing else. It's really creepy. So here's glorious pictures of the new photos here. You can see that they're all pictures of the app, including the app is going to have a map of the store, tracking where you are, probably with Bluetooth and beacons, tracking your location, so you can literally track yourself through the map on the phone in live person. Wow, guys, we've gotten to a new low. Like, it's gotten so bad that we can't even go through a Walmart anymore without our phone giving us a map. Oh, man. So, there you go. There's your pickup locations. And, of course, all of this is collecting data, user data, and more user data. There you go. Walmart is getting exciting. All right, and on to our last story. Oculus, of course, we reported a couple weeks ago that Oculus will now require a Facebook account to use their service. Well, there's an update to this. Oculus owners, not only do they have to have a Facebook account, but if they ever delete their Facebook account, all of their purchases will be wiped off their Oculus device. So you will get the Facebook account, and then you will keep the Facebook account for all eternity. So, Oculus users already fuming at Facebook chaining their VR headsets to their Facebook accounts, have been warned that they could lose all their Oculus purchases and account information in the future if they ever delete their profile on Facebook. We are so chained in now, like, oh my God, it's like, at what point in time is society going to wake up and go, you know what? Maybe I just don't need this crap. At what point in time? Where is that line that you're going to draw and say, okay, no more? No more. Where is that line for you people? Have you figured it out in your head? Or are you just going to continue to be led on, done exactly what they want to do, like a sheep to the slaughter? We don't want to do that, guys. We don't want to do that. Open up a little bit. Figure out where that line is. And when they're forcing you on a Facebook account to use a video game headset full of sensors and tracking data and logging that data into their account, this is way too far. This is the government, please break them up now approach. Okay, that's kind of where we are getting to. All right. So that's our last article here in the privacy section. Of course, we did talk about VPNs and how private internet access does not actually store logs, and they're told once again. So if you are in need of a VPN, have a look at our affiliate link, tlm.li/PIA. You can get 2 years. So if you pay $70, you get 2 full years of access. You can do $50 for a full year of access, or you can do $11.95 a month. I believe now you can connect, is it 6 or 10 devices now? I'm forgetting with all the VPNs that I work with. I think there might be up to 10 devices simultaneously, and works really well. This is the one consumer grade one that I have actually purchased and used quite a bit. So private internet access is an excellent one. So with that, let's go ahead and move on to the smart home news. All right, let's check in on comments first, then we'll move into Smarty Tech. That was a long section, I'll tell you. Let's see. Update Arch once a week unless I'm eager in a new version. Yeah, I forgot to update Arch this week. I think I have 2 weeks of updates in Arch. I better update that soon, man. It's going to crash soon if I don't. LTS on the Arch system, but I messed it up. So on my reinstall, you installed the regular kernel. Yeah, I could not get the regular work, at least in a virtual box. So that's why I went with the LTS. Just, I knew it would work. 5.10, I'll stick with it. Hopefully better than 5.4. Here for the kitty is need an application for the alien planet. Oh, your application's already been approved, Anna. Yeah, you're coming along with us on the spaceship. Let's see, 4 inches of rain in 2 hours. Ooh, boy. Love rain, especially when in bed, all warmed up with a blanket. Yeah, it's been raining here for a couple days. Facebook bot Beat Saber is disappointed because I knew I would never play the game. Now I don't have VR yet, but who knows? Maybe 10 years from now I might have it. Well, you'll be tied into a Facebook account, though. Come on. Good eye, mate. Check out Dead Peasants Insurance. Compliments of the private corporation called the United States of America. Need headphones. Metal roof ain't cutting it. There you go. CJ, take me to your planet. Peter, I think we got room for you. What do you think, Katie? Can Peter come along? He's down there. He's like, aren't humans classified as servants on Cat Planet? Oh, he's a space alien. No, we're reptilian aliens. He's not a cat planet. We're reptilian aliens. The cat's just his cover. Redacted must be linked to Google. Yeah, there you go. Have you report our name? Oh boy. SwitchedTolinux play with DWM or Spectrum. No need contact tracing app. I can just check in with Google. There you go. MX kernel and Beta Brave, 80 megabytes. Nice. Upload a picture of Homer Simpson if you have to upload a photo. I'll give it a try. I don't know if it'll let me do Homer Simpson. Yeah, it would. Oh, that's a good question. It would not let me upload a black square. Does BLM know? That's a good question. Maybe I should tattletale. I mean, I'm thinking about joining BLM anyway. I mean, if the State College Police Department keeps on wasting their tax money investigating people having a party at Penn State, I might just have to join BLM. AI. Yeah, I was thinking about jumping on the AI sites and just generating a face. No NHS service for anything necessary. Flu vaccine, contact tracing. How I look when people tell me to buy an Oculus. Excellent. I like that. That's a good one. Discord's hopping tonight. Mostly due to Kay. Thanks, Kay, for keeping Discord hopping. Whole contact tracing idea is idiotic and misguided. Wear a mask. Like, I don't like... I'm not going to say contact tracing itself is bad. The traditional way of doing contact tracing, I don't have a problem with. I do have a problem with a phone constantly beaconing out Bluetooth and location data to big tech. That's what I have a problem with. Breaking their own solid business strategy. Yeah. Flu no longer exists. Yeah. Flu was superseded. Yeah. Homer Simpson installs Arch. Don't! Agenda isn't hidden at all. Check out James Corbett channels. Oh, yeah. James Corbett channel is good. He's been moving a lot more lately towards... what's the philosophy he's moving towards? It's kind of like anarcho-capitalism, which I'm not particularly a fan of. Understand this, guys. In anarcho-capitalism, Amazon and Facebook can do whatever they want with zero intervention from the government. That's why I'm not into anarcho-capitalism. Maybe I'm wrong about that. If I am, give me information about why I'm wrong about that. But that's kind of why I don't. But I think who's really exposing the agenda more is actually Computing Forever right now. Corbett is good, though. I do try and catch the Corbett videos when they come out. Lose petroleum and we lose our cars. Thanks to C19, teleworking and telestudying gets forced. You want people to accept major changes, make them afraid. Yeah, I think the biggest problem with the forcing students on the online homework systems is they're like, okay, now you have to get an account with this proctoring tech company, great new proctoring tech company who, leaked out their entire customer database, photos of IDs, real addresses, real phone numbers, credit card, payment information, birth date information, basically an identity theft package to the darknet. Yeah, thank you. Virtual machines within virtual machines. There you go. Good for info, but do me sometimes. Yeah. Someone's running Windows 10 on Windows 10 on Windows 10 on Windows 10. That must be fun. Doomy is right for our times, yeah. Your keyboard is buzzed? What'd you do, spill a beer on it? End of the world predicted many times over thousands of years. Always overrated, yeah. But the end will come. The end will come soon. Government putting a smartphone in your hands if you don't have one, yeah. It's new normal. COVID crap is Orwellian. Yeah, I agree with that. You guys realize what it means that Facebook forces you to stay on Facebook? They're losing visitors fast. Yeah, they are. People are going to be like, what's this VR stuff for, Grandma? Walmart uses Bluetooth when you're searching for stuff while in its store. Yep, been that way in Minnesota for a long time. We're doomed. That's right. 2030, I get rejected for some job because I looked at a pretty lady in my VR goggles too long. That's right. There's a sci-fi movie. I forget the name of it, and I haven't seen it. But it's a world where everybody walks around with these like visors, like VR helmets on, or maybe it's AR helmets on, augmenting their entire reality. And one guy decides to take it off one time, and it's like a dystopian future. If somebody knows the name of that, let me know. I live in Eastern Washington, normal side. We got snow the other day, almost 7 inches. Ooh. James has been AC for a long time, but his other information is great. Yeah. I agree, I like his Corbett Report stuff. I mean, it's pretty good. It's not like a guy like, I so totally disagree with you, I won't watch you. I like the perspective because a lot of the problems they're trying to solve are legitimate problems to try and solve. I'm just not completely on board with that idea for the reasons I said. Surprised you folks follow James Corbett. Yeah. Computing Forever does an excellent job with exposing hidden agenda between C19. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Protected corporations' limited liability were created by regulations in the first place. AC would get rid of that status too. Yeah, but the problem is they're too big to be stopped at this point. Max Headroom. Ready Player One. I think it is Ready Player One. Do I have somewhere I can make note of that here? Let me make note of that right here. Okay. That may not be the one I'm thinking of, though. This is an old movie from the 70s. Let me look at that Max. I think if that Max Headroom is another movie title, that might be the one I'm thinking of. I don't know. I'll write both of those down and research them. Anyway, wow, it's getting late, man. Holy moly. We are behind. Let's go ahead and jump on over to, what do we got? Smart news, I think? We're in smart tech. Speaking of old movies, you guys remember the old movie Duel? Yeah. Duel comes to Waymo, folks. All right. And starting in with smart tech, Fitbit CEO reveals the company's plan to conquer fitness wearables and telemedicine. You know, using conquer when talking about subscribers in a Google-owned company now sounds a little dystopian. Cue the monthly reminder to go and watch The Selfish Ledger. Blah. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, Fitbit Premium now has over 500,000 people who do not realize that they're now feeding Google's health algorithms. 13 years from the launch of its first wearable, Fitbit agreed to move under the Google umbrella to help the latter get a leg up in the fitness and wellness market. During a recent interview, the co-founder and CEO, James Park, revealed the company's premium and health fitness services already surpassed 500,000 suckers and talked about the challenges it faces moving forward. Of course, they talked in here a little bit about, but, what about Google data? Oh, they promised not to collect that data and use it anywhere else. I believe Google. I believe Google. You believe in Google? I believe Google. I believe Google all the way. So anyway, Fitbit, made by Google and Fitbit. Ooh, look at that dystopianness. So the number of people using and getting these devices keeps going up and up and up and up and up. And so that's one of the things that we have to keep in mind there. These companies, anything that's collecting and storing your data on someone else's servers is already a huge risk to you. So be careful and guys, don't participate in that. ByteDance, they have their first hardware product, $119. It's an educational lamp. They don't have a picture of this thing, but I'm picturing, oh, they do. Okay, I did not see the picture the first time. It must have been blocked by the scripts on my phone. So you have this lamp here, so it's got this little dystopian looking thing here. I'm hoping this is a light switch, not a camera, but it very well may be a camera. And here, basically, it has the screen over here, and in the picture of the worst parenting ever. The woman is turning her back on her child, checking his status on an app rather than actually sitting down next to him and helping with the homework. So the idea of this, and this is right now only sold in China. Lord help us. It's probably making its way over here. It'll probably have a different design. That's just not a American design, at least not yet. But the idea of this portal is... Okay, we had a little bit of lag. Are we back now? So, this is just kind of crazy. It's called Go-Go Kid. Kind of interesting. So, remember that ByteDance is an organization that collects, stores, harvests all sorts of data. They use this data, they feed it into a data analytics and AI firm in China. So literally now you are letting this data and analytics firm sit here and spy on your children where they're doing their work. So over here you can, I guess you can get the answers to your homework. You can get watched and your parents can sit there and watch you on your smartphone. Oh, this is just the most glorious piece of smart tech I've ever seen. So there you go, guys. It's coming. Go-Go kids. Sign yourself up now. I'm telling you. All right, this one here is an interesting one. We have is it Bang & Olufsen's latest lunchbox-shaped speaker has built-in wireless charging. So this itself, this thing actually lasts, I guess, up to almost a day or so on battery on a low volume. If you turn up to a high volume, of course, it goes a lot, burns through battery a lot quicker. But you can also set your phone on top of it, and it will keep your phone charged off the internal battery while you are using the speaker itself. I'm not sure it's technically a smart speaker. It is mostly a Bluetooth speaker, but I thought it was interesting technology where you take the speaker, you set it down, you put your phone on top of it, sync it, and it can actually last quite a long time. And so this is a 3200 milliamp battery, 37 hours of listening at low volumes, 8 hours at typical levels, or 4 hours at max volume. You can see here it's got the USB-C port for charging. And let's see, buttons atop the speaker handle for pairing. So on top of it, there's some buttons to control your phone and your device, and you can set your phone up here. So it's actually kind of an interesting device. And hey, if it doesn't actually tie into anybody else's network, this is actually a fairly compelling thing. Something definitely to look into. Good feelings gone because, oh geez, drivers react to Tesla's fully self-driving beta release. Guys, remember this. They have taken Tesla's full self-driving beta release and open it up on public roads all around the place. Now, people are told it's full self-driving, but you should still keep your hands on the wheel. Guys, we have people setting on autopilot and going to sleep. Do we really think they're actually going to come in here and monitor their Tesla when the full self-driving is enabled? No, now is the time. Any legislators listening, now is the time to figure out who is liable when the self-driving technology kills somebody. It's going to happen. And based on this little video here, and this has only been going on for less than a week, I think it's going to be sooner rather than later. This Tesla here is like, hey, there's no this parking spot. Let's go ahead and park there. Yay. This guy, it's crazy, it's scary, and it's unbelievably good, he says, right before the thing about crashes into him. There's some videos over here. Let me turn down the audio. So here you go. This guy's driving along. He's kind of seeing. All right, the car's like, whoa, and I think this is the one. Whoa, we had to stop. So, yeah, the car tries to accelerate, and it's not necessarily doing as good as you would hope it would do. This guy here is making a left-hand turn, but wasn't turning sharply enough to avoid hitting cars. Oh, that's exciting. Let's watch this video. Let's see. So we got this guy here. It's like, oh, let's go ahead and turn. Whoa, turn. Oh, that's exciting. So yeah, there you go. This is what's coming in. This guy, let's see, he said in a video posted Sunday, the rivals have been more cautious. Yeah, maybe. But yeah, so there's already a couple of instances of near misses here, and so that's not cool. But of course, if this doesn't comfort you, then oh yeah, cookies, yeah, go away. If this doesn't comfort you enough, this is from is it Daimler? Daimler is a semi-truck manufacturer. They're partnering with Waymo to have fully self-driving semis. So there you have it. You just saw what happens with the Teslas with their self-driving, how they like to run into things. Now they want to put this technology in semi-trucks too. So, sorry to all you truck drivers out there, you guys might be out of a job. But regardless, wowzers. Wowzers, wowzers, wowzers. So this is just their announcement that they are teaming up to deploy SAE-L4 technology, the full self-driving Waymo stuff, into the semis to, you know, take away the truck drivers' jobs. So there you have it, guys. There you have it. If you've ever seen the movie Duel, that old 70s, I think it was that one of the early, was that an early George Lucas film? It was either Lucas or Spielberg, I forget. And they filmed it on almost no budget in like 2 days with like handheld camcorders in many of the scenes. You know, the zombie truck not driven by anybody trying to run the guy off the road. Yeah, there we are. Now we have Duel coming to Waymo, so... Well, if you like the channel and you like to help support us, have a look at our subscribe star page. So over here we have 1, 5, 10, 25 tier levels here. You can jump on over, help support the channel over there. So with that, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts on all these stories in the comments down below. Alrighty. What do we got next? We got business next. Business. Let's see. Whoa. Oh, that's right. If I leave a comment, I lose track of where I was. Okay. Max Headroom was a TV series. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, it's not Ready Player One. This is something from the 70s. Minds of Men from True Stream Media. I actually have not watched the full Minds of Men yet. Maybe I should try and watch that this weekend. Lamp delivers electrical shocks if you fail to do your homework correctly. Yeah, there you go. All right, here's a crazy thought. How about just exercising for a bit and eating healthy instead of wearing a Fitbit watch? Yeah. Chinese sensors are already doing IoT app control in U.S., working for Facebook, and ByteDance is harvesting data from IoT devices in the U.S. That's right. Working with the FBI. Oh, working with Facebook. And probably the FBI. Yeah. Dystopian prediction. A watch with a lock and electroshock every time you don't do what the authorities do to obey you. That's right. And they force you to wear it. It's like one of the what is it? House arrest tracking collars. Miora didn't see. Let's see. Still need one more subscribe star. Switch for Patreon if that'll help. If you want to. I mean, I'm okay either way. We'll get there. We'll get there eventually. Yeah, if you don't have 5 subscribers on Subscribestar, they don't automatically renew. Everyone has to manually go in there and keep renewing, which is a little bit of a pain. But yeah, if you want, I still have to look into their payout options. Hopefully they don't need an ID. I never checked. And they're a Russian company. Let's see. Twice audio hiccups. Bang & Olufsen did an old stereo system in the 70s. Overpriced designer. Yeah, if it's overpriced, I'm not that interested. But now they make a speaker, which I cannot use easily without a smartphone. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Father-in-law saw on the news about the self-driving car and was telling me all excited until I told him about the possibility of being hacked. He said, I hope I'll be dead by then, but good luck to you. Name is, as a semi is news to me. It looks like an old KW. Hello, not Gary One. Greetings. All right. On to business. You guys will love our business feature story. That'll be exciting. I got the coof. Excuse me. Welcome back to the weekly news roundup. This is the business edition, followed by Sillyville. I know, we got Sillyville back, guys. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. Have you read that EULA? It's going to be important by the end of this. But anyway, let's go ahead and dive on in. Mobile networks banned from selling locked phones. For everyone who just got really a sheer joy, this is an EU. So us Americans will still be stuck with our locked phones. But guys, just order unlocked phones. Just buy unlocked phones. You don't need to buy the phone from your carrier. So UK's mobile networks are being forbidden from selling phones. I guess it's UK. My apologies, not EU. UK. They did leave that, right? UK's mobile networks are being forbidden from selling locked phones from their servers starting in December 2021. So they have about 1 year of lead time. And I think all the phones have to be unlocked after a certain period of time. Now, what I couldn't get from this, and you guys correct us, in many of the US carriers, the phones are locked as long as there's a payment plan on it. Are payment plans popular in UK or are they not? I don't know the answer to that. Here in America, we finance everything. Like, we can't pay our basic bills, but we're paying $15 a month now, $30 a month on our new iPhones because, you know, the old iPhone's just the old model. It worked perfectly fine, but no worry about that. It's the old model. So we're just going to fork out money for life for everything we own. They're just trying to get us to that smart city 2030 World Economic Forum, guys. It's 2030, I own nothing, and I couldn't be happier. Yeah, that's because you're a moron. All right. Guys, own your stuff. Own your stuff, all right? But anyway, they are banning, as of December 2021, a phone can no longer be sold that is locked to any carrier. My question, though, still remains, does that also apply to phones that are, does that apply to phones that are also still being paid off, or is that not a thing? Is it just us stupid Americans that are putting payment plans on phones? For the love, people, stop it. That's insane. All right, well, PayPal decides to cut more people off. They cut ties with domain registrar Epic over their digital currency. Is anybody curious about the fact that PayPal in the next month or so is going to start rolling out some options for digital currency? Interesting. They're saying it was because they didn't follow the proper laws and regulations, but Epic is also quote unquote known for hosting right-wing social media sites like Gab and BitChute. So they pulled out their ability to do any business with PayPal because PayPal is becoming the Gestapo arm, mostly of Visa, actually. Which is definitely an interesting thing. In fact, Gab's creators of Gab are on the hit list. Somebody from Visa actually follows them around to make sure that nobody that has any affiliation one way whatsoever with Visa at all ever does any business with him. You want to talk about it's time to break up big tech, that would be a good, clear example. And that's why, hey, digital currency's bad. I mean, remember here, guys, here on Switch to Linux, they killed my Facebook account. Why? Fortunately, I never put all my eggs in one basket. All it did is now we've added Stripe, now we've added LibrePay, we've added coin payments. Thanks, PayPal. You've motivated me to increase the giving options, which you can find on switchtolinux.com/support. And I'll be updating some more stuff there soon, I think. But anyway, that's kind of going into a lot of deeply political stuff one way or the other. Bottom line, yeah, PayPal's just kicking people out, probably because they just don't like what they say. But hey, that's par for the course these days, isn't it? I mean, who can possibly let somebody on the platform if they happen to have wrongthink? So, you know. Advisories. Brazen Russian ransomware hackers target hundreds of U.S. hospitals. All right, guys. Right when all the coof is getting to its maximum peak. It's kind of one of the interesting things. Here in State College, of course, our numbers have been going up through the roof simply because the university is requiring 1% testing per day. And when you're mandating 1% testing of a 40,000 student population body, you're going to find a whole lot of completely asymptomatic people with generic coronaviruses. Because that's actually what this test finds. It finds generic coronaviruses. There's a lot of them, not necessarily COVID-19. And these are all these college students, and they're completely asymptomatic. And it's like nobody's having any issues. But meanwhile, our hospital counts are going up, and the hospital's like, oh my God, all these things. We're getting all these cases. Yeah, that's because COVID hit a nursing home, which is what you need to protect the most, okay? I'm completely on board with that. You need to protect the nursing home. But if you look at all the numbers, we actually had a few more deaths. All people over the age of like 65. I think one of them might have been 62. And then everyone else is up in the 80s because now we had a big rash of COVID running through a nursing home where we had 100 nursing home patients in the county end up testing positive for coronavirus. That's bad news. That's the situation that's going to cause a problem. But the huge numbers that they're finding associated with Penn State University has nothing to do with the fact that COVID hit a nursing home, and that's where all the hospitalizations are coming in. I think there's one person that was, that was like 33 in there. But other than that. But while all of these hospitals are dealing with, and by the way, here's another fun statistic. Everyone who locked down the most, they're the ones getting hit with this massive wave. Everyone who didn't lock down a lot isn't really getting anything, which is kind of hilarious. But what's going on here is now all these hackers are targeting hospitals. And fortunately, hospitals in America aren't like the hospital in Germany. It's like, our computers are down. We can't admit anybody. At least here in the United States, we try, like, bring them in. We don't know what to do with them. But there's a doctor around here somewhere who's like 90 who can still take a pulse or something, you know. But you got to be careful, though, with the hackers targeting all the hospitals. And this, guys, is why we need to make sure that even in our hospitals, our schools, our education, even in our personal lives, we have good backup strategies. We can operate offline. We can do things without being 100% dependent on the internet. That's kind of the take-home notice here, particularly for the hospitals. Now, at least the one that attacked the hospital in Germany, that, we meant to attack the university. We'll go ahead and decrypt the hospital one so that nobody else dies, but, you know. It's 2020, guys. Just don't ask questions. I mean, I had to agree with Zuckerberg at one point in time this year. I'm thinking about joining BLM now. I mean, really, guys, what's going on? It's 2020. It's weird. We got to wait for this year to get over with. It's getting crazy. All right, this story filled my heart with joy. Grubhub is hit with a lawsuit for listing restaurants without permission. We, of course, did the local story here. One of the businesses that I walk by frequently, I don't necessarily shop there a lot, but I walk by it, they were at it, and they actually got really mad. I'm not sure if they threatened a lawsuit or whatever else, but they did, I think, get officially delisted, and a couple other businesses in State College here as well have the same situation. But this is a par for the course. This is their business strategy to hunt down different businesses and locations, different restaurants, and simply add them without consulting. They'll put up websites without their permission. They'll put up phone numbers without their permission, and they scrape off all these commissions. And they think that this is amazing. Why aren't you guys in our program? Maybe because you're a bunch of scam artists and we don't want you to be in your stupid program. In fact, there's some people down here who listed the amount of money they make, and they found that with Grubhub, they tended to lose money. So in these examples over here, now these are restaurants who opted intentionally to work with Grubhub. They said, our restaurant owner recently posted a statement from Grubhub showing that out of $1,042.63 in 46 prepaid orders, he received only $376 from Grubhub. In other words, he's only making 36% of his sales. Grubhub is taking the other, 67%, whatever it is, 60-something percent. Grubhub is taking this. This other company, they said $619 in sales was only $464 after the DoorDash fees and things. It was DoorDash a little bit better. But you can see that the reason these companies don't want to work with them is because it costs too much money to do business with them. And so they don't want to. And so then Grubhub comes in and they put up menus. They might do it in cases where they don't deliver, they don't offer takeout, and then it spoils the reputation of the business. So a few of these business owners got together and like, you know what? You're using our business, you're using our likeness, you're imitating us, you're collecting orders on our behalf, and we don't want anything to do with you, and you're not delisting us when we told you not to. And so they're creating a class action lawsuit. Sure, the only one who's going to get rich is going to be the lawyers, for sure, but this is the type of thing, this is the type of abusive business model that if Grubhub has to completely shut down, I would just actually have to throw a party. Guys, don't use Grubhub. Don't use these stupid services. Don't use them at all. They are robbing your businesses. If you want to use them, contact the business directly first, making sure it's not through a Grubhub redirected phone number that they scrape commission off of, and ask them, are you intentionally utilizing Grubhub? Sure, okay, maybe I'll order. But this is the type of thing that makes me angry. These are the types of business abuses that we need to stop. Like everybody involved in the executive level of Grubhub, throw them in jail for a while. Okay, because they are actually hurting the reputation of businesses who have opted not to do business with them. It feels kind of like Upwork again, doesn't it? I don't want to do business with you. Leave me alone. Go figure. Go figure. All right, well, of course, a lot of people abandoned Netflix. A whole lot of people did. They're kind of keeping those numbers quiet, but it's like they lost a lot of subscribers over the cuties, and now they have the Colin Kaepernick crap coming through. You know, how do you make a story about a bad football player who grew up in a rich family and call that oppression? I'd figure it out. But, you know, Netflix is perpetuating, you know, nasty stuff on its whole premium. I mean, Cuties was tame next to Big Mouth. I mean, and people give their money to this sleazy company. So, of course, with all these guys, they're like, we got to figure out how to make our money back. I got it. Let's jack up the price again. Basic plan will remain at $9 a month. The popular plan is $14. The premium tier is $18. So they're jacking up their prices again. Got to make up for all those subscribers that they lost with pushing their softcore CP. And yeah, that's kind of what's going on. So if you guys are on Netflix, maybe this next price hike and combined with the type of filth they tend to produce might get you to jump ship. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of streaming services, but find a streaming service that's not insane. Really. That's my thought. Let me know your thoughts. And our feature story in business, the new Edge starting at Edge 88. This guy's going to launch so much faster because it's going to start at boot up. That's right, guys. Your Microsoft Edge web browser, you're going to starting up at the boot up sequence. Now, it is an optional feature. So this is, let's see, this is, I guess, market shares of browsers, I guess. I don't know. You know Firefox is doing bad when Edge is beating Firefox. Yeah. So now they're like, okay, if Edge takes too long to boot, you can preload it. This really isn't anything super new. Adobe applications do this. Microsoft Office applications have classically done this, where it gives you the option to kind of load in the background on system boot and then deprioritize its resources until it's called. This is really nothing new, but the fact that they want to preload a web browser, which is probably collecting quite a bit of data on the rest of the systems, particularly in these operating systems that are so interconnected to the internet, that's a little bit more turry than Photoshop or Microsoft Word, for example. But for those people that do need to use it and do want it to load faster, we will have that option. Those who don't use Edge and would rather not have it, Startup Boost will be an optional feature that can be enabled and disabled. It's set to arrive in the stable build. I didn't actually see, though, if it's jumping on and enabling itself by default. But knowing Microsoft, it probably will, because they like to enable everything. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Is this a good thing, a bad thing? Is it an indifferent thing? For you guys using Edge on Windows, it's probably a good thing for you if you use your web browser a lot. Hey, no big deal, although it might take a little bit slower to load the computer up. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts about that. Well, if you need a website and you need some hosting, have a look at A2 Hosting. This is where I host all my clients' websites. tlm.li/A2H. They have free hosting. It's not free. They have hosting plans starting at $3 a month for shared, $5 a month for VPS hosting. And they have a variety of plans in between. This is one of the companies that does offer free SSLs through Let's Encrypt. So don't get yourself screwed on GoDaddy by having to pay an extra $80 for that. You can manually install those. It is a pain, but, you know, I can show you how to do that if you want. But anyway, you can have a look over their services. They're excellent. I've been using them now for a couple of years. Very happy with their service. So tlm.li/A2H. Now, guys, let's head into Sillyville. Alrighty. Looks like pre-alpha. If it ain't a Mac. It's about a Mercedes G-Wagon old school. There you go. Alright, see you later, Kay. I think you're probably gone by now, though. Anime, proprietary garbage made by Microsoft Office. Earlier parts not Sillyville yet? Nope, not yet. Oh, come on, man. We got some glorious Sillyville today. Just, mwah! We actually had, I pulled in an article from last week after it was, I was made aware of it. I'm so disappointed you guys did not give me this article on the Discord server, but, you know, oh well. Good grade on your ballot when I vote this year. Most corrupt election ever. Yeah, we actually had, I can't quite figure this out, but we actually had a guy from Idaho canvassing our neighborhood for Vote Blue tonight. Good news for you, buddy. Why don't you go to Philadelphia and canvass their neighborhood? Oh, you don't get caught up in a riot perpetrated by your party? Sorry. I was told to get lost. And by the way, I do that for somebody coming up from Vote Red, too. I don't know. I don't want to talk to anybody. If you're pushing political crap, get the hell away from my front door. I get grumpy around election time, guys. I'm going to vote. Who I'm voting for is none of your business, and you ain't changing my mind. I'm even going to wear a kufi catcher if I have to, because voting is important, people. You got to do it in person. And if you have to wear a kufi catcher to vote, wear a kufi catcher to vote. It's one of the very few exceptions I'm going to have to wear for a kufi catcher. Banking and big tech are two things that should be broken up and declared common carriers. I agree. The only justification ever for losing any form of payment option, payment service should be convicted in criminal activity. It's got to be convicted. Same thing, I love YouTube's policy on, well, what YouTube's policy used to be, I'm not sure if it is nowadays, but they used to have a policy that they would not take something down unless it was actually a convicted crime. That used to be what YouTube's plan was. Now, tickle channels. Honest Pay paid off, yep. Knowing PayPal, they'll demand access to your Bitcoin wallet as a condition to using it, probably. Duel, directed by Steven Spielberg. That's right. I knew it was either Spielberg or Lucas. I couldn't remember which one, but... Live hospitals, pharmacies, house doctors, write all your private details on poorly secured websites. Yep. Government always has horrible software because they only give assignments to big, non-specialized companies, yeah. Not addressed that PCR gives a lot of false positives. Oh, yeah, PCR is... The biggest problem with PCR is many of these laboratories are running it until they get positives. But the transmissibility on a PCR test, I think it's between, I don't remember exactly, it's between like 20 and 24 cycles. You have to have a detectable amount of virus in that cycle range or you don't have transmissibility. Yeah. Fear 2021. I don't know. If 2021 is worse than 2020, I'm departing the planet for Mars sooner than I would had anticipated. Can't wait until you say hindsight is 2020. That's right. Can't wait for the memes. 2021 is out in the parking lot doing push-ups to get ready for us. Yeah, I did see some of the World Doctors Alliance. I did see some of that. 2030, we might be happy again without having any possessions. I know, right? Didn't you have a restaurant near you, seafood, that had Grubhub? Yes, yes. Last I knew, they are not listed on Grubhub, but I don't know for sure. Grubhub, something like Uber Eats. Yeah, it's basically you can go and order your food. You can go order it through the app, and then some random person goes and picks it up and delivers it to you. So it's Uber for your food, yes. But the problem is that their business model, they just go into an area that they want to be in, and to prevent other related businesses from picking up those locations, they just go in and just start adding people's names to the business list without their consent. That's the problematic thing. Patiently waiting for 2030. This decade is already ruined and it's barely even started. Been losing money with when people realized how much people were looked for on Disney Plus. Yeah. Edge will use more RAM on idle now. There you go. You have Netflix, but price is just too high, so bye-bye. Yep. LibreOffice offers that, but I never used it. It already loads so fast that off an SSD that it's not needed. Peter Jensen, Netflix never an option. Don't like to rent series or movies, rather own them. And the Netherlands always got a B-tier catalog. Yeah, I actually bought a movie on Amazon this last week, and the disc is severely damaged. It won't even recognize itself. Sad face. They did actually refund me, and they're like, don't bother sending it back. They did refund me, so I'll once I verify that the refund came through, I'm gonna go in and I'll give them like a 3-star rating because they responded in literally in a couple business hours and offered a refund without any other questions. So I'm gonna give them a decent rating. But yeah, they sold me a disc that doesn't work, so I'm sad now. I use Netflix is because it's the only streaming service that works in Kodi. By the way, guys, there is a new Kodi BitChute app. If you guys want to see a video, let me know. I was actually planning on doing one anyway, but I'll do it sooner if there's interest in that. Quint's selling his soul to the devil here. That's all right. Let's see. Superfetch, Linux has something similar. Let's see. Ed starting up during boot? No, that's right. Hey, Super Chat. Thank you for that Super Chat. Keep up the good work. Thank you, man. I will definitely keep up the good work, and thank you for the Super Chat. Okay, let's see. Edge for Android development. Oh, boy. Started on Firefox. It's pretty fast, and I'll leave it up on days anyway. Didn't see the point of saving 2 seconds every week or so, yeah. Your Arch boots in 6 seconds. My Arch boots in 6 minutes. It literally takes my Arch computer 6 minutes to turn on. I have no idea why. Maybe I should wipe the thing and rebuild it. Maybe I should rebuild it with like Arco Linux or something. I don't know. No, Kittyville. Kittyville's around here somewhere. He's laying on the chair. He's staring at me. He's like, dude, if I hear my name one more time, I'm coming over there. They using an app to see who's House voting Democrat. I don't know, but I'm registered as an independent, so maybe they're just trying to find all the independents and trying to turn them over. I'm like, no, dude, I'm voting. I'm voting, and none of your business. So riot season is upon us. Yeah. Vote early to avoid crazy people. I don't know. If you can vote early in person, fine, but don't vote early if it means mailing in your ballot. I will bring a folding chair to the election line. It's going to be a big one. It's going to be a big one. Wondering why we're getting daily record levels of COVID-19 out to 2,500 cases daily, where a month ago. Well, the reason, Anthony, the reason is, yes, testing. Anthony, if you're not following Pam Popper on YouTube, follow Pam Popper. She does mostly like daily updates. She is from Ohio, and she is behind the big lawsuit that's being filed in Ohio right now. Definitely a good channel to follow up on. All mail-in voting and early non-military voting has got to be declared illegal. It might be. Never saw Netflix. Twitter stock went down 21% today. Good riddance. Yeah, well, when you start censoring the department, is it the Secretary of Defense? Was it one of the top government officials was directly censored for talking about the importance of building a wall. Keep the illegal people out. If you want to come to the country legally, fine. We have a process for that. Hey, we'll take your immigrants. That's fine. Just do it legally. Arch, that's the only thing that can make 2020 even more crazy. Well, I mean, just wiping the one I have and reinstalling it, hopefully that it runs faster. That's really what I should do. I should just take my home folder, listing all my software, make a big script, save everything, and just reinstall. That's what I should do. Embrace SSD on Linux. My Linux Mint Plasma version is actually on an SSD. That one, same exact computer. That one boots in 5 seconds. The Arch, though, it takes a while. All right, guys, let's head on over to Sillyville. Let's do it. Well, election season is upon us, guys. Go vote. Please go vote in person. I'm not sure I trust all this mail-in stuff they're doing now. Already too many ballots on both sides of the aisle been, found in ditches and trash cans. But if you've never voted before and you're not quite sure what to expect, this Minecraft server has you set. All right, so a digital effort to meet young people where they are. This Minecraft server is where you can go in and you can vote. Now, I have a big problem with that, and Minecraft is now owned by Microsoft. And of course, pretty soon, you're going to have a Microsoft account to access Minecraft. So does this mean that if you're coming in here and testing how to vote, they might be able to assume what your vote happens to be? I'll be very careful about utilizing this thing, but at the same time, it's definitely an interesting thing. The registration, go vote, you can go into your Minecraft server and cast your ballot. And then maybe in your imaginary world, you can have whoever for president that you can possibly imagine. So interesting thing. And I gotta say, as much as I'm not into Minecraft, this is impressive. I think it's cool. So there you go. Kind of silly, but there you go. Well, if you are looking to get a brand new Motorola Razr, Amazon's going to open the box up and fold it closed for you. That's right. That's right, guys. Amazon is actually going to open up your phone and ship it. They say, we're apologizing for the fingerprints that you might notice on a new phone. We promise it's a new phone. All right. So with foldables, what they're doing is they're packaging it in such a way. Do they have a photo here? So they're packaging it in such a way that you can see, when you open up the package, you can kind of see that it's unfolded and it's like, ooh, that looks kind of cool. And they're like, well, this could damage the phones and shipping. So they're actually opening them all up and folding them closed and repackaging them. I do not want to know what else they're doing with these phones. How long before we get somebody like, guys, never leave a camera around my brother. I don't know if my brother's watching today. True story. He'll tell you this publicly too. So if you leave a camera around and my brother sees it, he picks it up and takes a picture of his crotch and puts it back down. And then you go and develop your film or look at it on your SD cards like, is that a crotch? How'd that get there? Yeah, don't leave a camera near my brother, guys. I imagining that these guys might be doing the same thing. Which one of these guys like, I got a few minutes. That's kind of cool. Watch this. Doing other stuff with the phone, leaving it in there, big, messy. So, yeah. So if you're going to be ordering one of these guys, like, number one, I would like to see what Motorola's stance on this is. I would like to see Motorola come out and go, Amazon, don't do that. If it's broken, we'll fix it. But I certainly don't really want the Amazon employees to be opening up my brand new phone and fiddling around with it. I mean, that's insane. But anyway, it's Sillyville. It can be insane. Well, Apple has a new MagSafe for the iPhone 12, but they're warning you to be careful around credit cards. They're warning you about potential excess heat, slow charging. And the one that's very interesting is this, be careful around credit cards. It could destroy your credit cards. Very interesting because they sell a wallet for this thing. So where else do you put your credit cards? I mean, I don't carry credit cards, so I don't have a problem with that, nor do I carry iPhones. But they want you to put the mag charger in the wallet and then attach that to your phone, but that's probably going to destroy your credit cards. Basically, there's a lot of issues. Oh, also, it will leave a mark on your phone as well. So, yeah, if you keep your phone in a leather case while charging with your MagSafe charger, the case might show circular imprints from the contact. That's interesting. So, yeah, there's definitely some goofy stuff going on. Apple, where's your QA? Did you fire them like Windows? Are we ready for the last story, guys? I saw this and I have to confess, this is one of the very few times that Level 1 Tech got the news article before I did. Very often, I record my news 2 days before they record their news. So any overlap, they're really stealing it all from me. Not really. But they did this article and I was like, okay, this is right down this channel's alley. Because we have to be careful of end user license agreements. So guys, proprietary grapes come with an end user license agreement. The receipt of the produce contained in this package agrees not to propagate, reproduce in any portion of this produce, including but not limited to seeds, stems, tissue, and fruit. Here it is on the package of grapes. So when you go to get your grapes at the grocery store, you might be agreeing to an end user license agreement before buying the grapes. They did EULA to a grape. Company put an end to end use. The company put an end user license agreement on a bag of grapes. The recipient of this produce contained this package agrees not to buy. Okay, where you read it? Okay, all right. This is a new one. A EULA on fruit. Now I gotta say, guys, I got these very succulent grapes in the grocery store the other day, and I just finished the package yesterday. When I saw this article, I had to go down and double check my package. And I can confirm to you that the package of grapes I bought from my grocery store did not have an end user license agreement. I'm clear. I don't know if the rest of you are clear, but I'm clear. My grapes do not have an end user license agreement. Okay, I'm clear about that. When you purchase a bag of delicious and sugary Carnival brand grapes, so it's Carnival. Guys, if you see Carnival grapes in your grocery store, see if there's an end user license agreement. You enter an agreement whereby you will consume the grapes and do nothing else with them. That makes me not want to consume them. Kind of warning against reproduction is something we're used to with digital products like video games, but it is jarring to see on the world of commerce, or the world of produce. I'm not going to read the rest of the Vice article. I don't know how you make that much more out of it other than... Guys, and usually... we've reached a new world, people. This is a new world. New world. Well, if you'd like to help perpetuate the new world, you can help support me over on Subscribestar. Subscribestar.com/switchedtolinux. Jump in over there, any one of the tiers that we have. Head on over there and be careful of those grapes. You are agreeing to an end-user license agreement for using them. Thanks for coming along, guys, and I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux. Yeah, reinstalling Arch is not fun. Fixing is better. Yeah, I could not figure out why it's so long. Kaepernick is story because he was blackballed. Yeah. Burn them instead of dumping them. Yep. More data for Microsoft 2020. Write-in vote for CJ, yeah. Foss Minecraft client. Yeah, there is one. Is it you guys, is it Mine Test, I think? You guys will know what it is. There is a Foss version of Minecraft. Somebody who knows what it is, put it in there. Douglas Ward says Tulsi Gabbard. Okay. Wireless charging is easy. Just use 3 trillion volts to arc it over a long distance. You know, like lightning. There you go. Grapes now have an unusualized agreement. They're grapes. Yep, those grapes don't even look very good. Were your grapes seedless? My grapes were seedless, yes. My grapes have been seedless since 1986. How in the world is this legally bought? Yeah, it's like, who reads the package of grapes? Microsoft grapes. My grapes have no EULA. My wife is now happy to go shopping to see the grapes, and we will buy if it has a license. Nice. Like this kid, like the kid's song about the duck asking, "Got any grapes?" Mind test. Odyssey. Oh, that's a new, like a new video platform, right? I want to look into it. I'll look into some of those alts. Open source grapes. That's right. That's right, guys. This is getting into an interesting world. We are, welcome to 2020. Now our grapes have a EULA. Go and figure. All right, guys, you know what time it is. It is time to feed the beast. So let me get my kitty cam put back up there so the beast can be fed. All right, let's go feed the beast. Wanna be fat? Wanna be fat? Oh boy. Oh boy. Uh-oh. I hear it, guys. I know what I hear? I hear a double catter. See if I can get the other cat up here, too. All right, let me see if I can get the other cat. We've got a double catter. We've got a double catter. Kitty, kitty. Hey, yo, kitty cat. Hey. Nope. Oh boy. It's like, look on the ground. There might be more kitty treats. I don't know, buddy. There might be kitty treats down there. There might be. Oh yeah, double catters. Gotta have the double catters. Carnival Monsanto will make sure that we cannot reproduce the grapes. Yeah, checked out Mind Test around a year ago. It was kind of a joke though, not much in it. You had a law proposed to forbid non-patent seeds. Yeah. Courtesy of Bayer, yeah. It's a double kitty. Read the ingredients list. Though very few things I eat have one. I don't eat the package of grapes. All right. Well, guys, I think we will go ahead and wrap up here for the night. Look at that. We finished on time, 10:30. Very cool. I don't have a video queued up for tomorrow. I might come up with something. I might not. I might just skip it. I might just put the news there, and but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I have a few ideas. But anyway, we will go ahead and see you guys. And when I see you next live show should be Wednesday at 2-ish. And let's see. We'll at least get these edited videos out here this weekend. We'll catch you guys later. Have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful weekend.